Hey everyone, so today I'll be talking about recruiting the next generation of hackathon organizers. To quickly introduce myself, my name is Selynna, and I've been an MLH coach since 2017. But in the past, I founded and led Slow Hacks, which is a collegiate hackathon at Cal Poly Slow, and Los Altos Hacks, a high school hackathon in Los Altos High School. Cool. All right, so most of us hackathon organizers are putting on these events for the community and improving it. And it'd be pretty disappointing to see our hackathons unable to keep going if recruiting doesn't work out. Unfortunately, it's not uncommon to see an organization shut down or not host a hackathon because of something going on with recruiting, because of a problem with the number of people that are good fits on the team. The inspiration for this talk came from the Slow Hacks recruiting process recently. We had a lot of people that stayed for 2 to 3 years, and we found out that most of them were leaving. And because there was huge oversight with recruiting the year prior, for example, recruiting people that were too bunched up in extracurriculars or recruiting people that were upperclassmen about to graduate, we had some problems there. But fortunately, we had some awesome new organizers for the 2020 season, so that'll be really exciting. So when should we be thinking about recruiting? There are 2 points during the process that we should be thinking about it. First is during the recruitment process the year prior. While it seems a little bit early to be thinking about it 1 year early, it's super important that we start thinking about it at this time. Future organizers can shadow current organizers before taking over, and that leads to a much smoother transition of power. The second one is as soon as possible post-hackathon. A few weeks after the hackathon ends and after throwing a large event on campus, the interest of being a part of the team that makes it happen is at an all-time high. And so utilizing this momentum is super important for reaching the right people that are interested in hackathons and passionate about making an impact on the community. And during this time, hackathon organizations should come up with the most optimal marketing strategies to help reach the right people. All right, so there are 2 things that we should be considering for diversity, for recruiting purposes. The first is recruiting for diversity, and the second is recruiting based on graduation year. It's super, super important to have a diverse team. Everyone can bring a different perspective to the table, and it's setting a precedent of having a team from all different types of backgrounds, and it speaks a lot to your organization's values. For example, many people think that hackathons are for and organized by computer science students only, but we all know that this isn't the case. We can benefit a lot from, for example, business students for marketing and graphic communication students for design. The second point is recruiting based on graduation year. Underclassmen may come in with less experience, but they have a lot more time throughout the college process to get acclimated to the hackathon organizing process. Versus with upperclassmen, their involvement could be capped at 1 to 2 years because of graduation. All organizers start from somewhere, so it's really worth banking on the long-term potential of underclassmen. Great. With all of that, recruiting is a really huge effort in terms of the marketing standpoint. So doing things like submitting blurbs for newsletters, putting posters up, posting on Facebook groups, and doing tabling and recruitment info sessions can help get the word out and reach the right people. So for Slow Hacks, we had some recruitment strategies. Our application was a bunch of short answer questions, and we had people rank the teams that we're interested in, for example, like sponsorship and hacker experience. And then after that, if we thought they were qualified, we had them come in for an interview with a 2-on-1 interview with the current and future director of that team. And for the interviews, we decided to interview people based on 3 different criteria. The first one, as a baseline, if they tried in their short answer questions. Second, if they showed passion for hackathons and wanting to make a positive impact on the community. And finally, third, if they showed experience in the teams that they applied for and a desire to learn. During the interviews, we decided to interview people, during the interviews, we asked them questions based on their personal character to let their personality shine through, hypotheticals to judge how they'd handle certain situations, their experience with the team's skill sets and tools, and finally, their application, so any extracurriculars or past experiences they put down. This helped us make sure that we had applicants would vibe with our team and would also hit the ground running once they started. So in summary, recruiting is an important long-term decision that you should be thinking about the year prior and right after your hackathon ends. And some things to consider are recruiting for diversity and recruiting based on graduation year. And because it's so important to reach the right people, recruiting has to require solid marketing strategies. So if you haven't thought about recruiting on your hackathon team yet, I definitely encourage you to bring it up during a future meeting. While it is a lot of effort up front, it's super important that we start it now so that we can see our organizations grow in the years to come. I'll be posting slides later today on my Twitter at Selynna Sun. So if you have any questions after the Q&A session, feel free to flag me down in person or tweet at me on Twitter. Thanks for listening and have a good rest of HackCon.